Welcome back, Guardians, to another Warlock exotic guide.
Spectre, we're not doing an exotic guide.
What? We're not doing an exotic guide? What do you mean?
Yeah, the viewers wanted to see more builds.
Builds? Really? Okay, I guess we're doing builds then. So let me welcome you to the first of many build videos. Today we're going to talk about what I call the unlimited power build, which is basically just throwing grenades everywhere with Contraverse Holds and a hefty amount of awesome modifiers. Also, as you can see, I'm using something I've seen another YouTuber use because I am really shitty at coming up with own ideas, so I thought this looked cool. But yeah, today we're going to talk about the unlimited power Contraverse Hold build, so hold on to your hats because this is going to be a wild one. So let's start really quickly with what Contraverse Holds does. I do have a guide on it, and simply put, you can overcharge your grenades, and when you overcharge them, you get damage reduction. You also get a random amount of grenade energy back when you hit something. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about why this build is so fun. So to start off with, you want to get as much discipline as possible. If you feel comfortable with wasting all of your defensive mods such as major specs, boss specs, and concussive dampeners, then go right ahead, put discipline in those slots instead. But if you're like me, you like to be more defensive, then keep those mods where they are. They give you a nice damage reduction boost. The sweet spot for any resist mod is roughly 2, it gives you 18.5% or roughly 20%. If you start putting more than 2 of any of these resist mods, you're gonna get diminishing returns, so keep them nice and even at 2 of each. If you're not rolling with these and you go for discipline, you're gonna get faster grenades. And outside of that, there's a couple of things with this build that makes this so good. To start off with, energy converter. I don't really like it. Actually, I really hate the energy converter, but it works well at what it does. Basically, any shard with light you have will give you your super back up to a maximum of 50% of your super. That means if you're at 50% of your super, you're not going to get any additional super back from hitting stuff with your grenade, meaning it won't really do anything. But here's the fun part with this. It won't consume your shard with light stacks if you're above 50%. Instead, it will keep on stacking up until you're back down to 0 and you throw your next grenade, which makes it pretty damn good. You can also improve the amount of super you get back with adding charged up or supercharged. I'm going with charged up and I'll show you why just in a second. And with that, I want to add oppressive darkness to the mix as well. Oppressive darkness gives you roughly 30% damage increase to the targets that get hit by your grenades, meaning that anything that's hit by your grenade gets the weakened effect and you'll deal more damage, and this is super good. And if you're like me, you're gonna play top 3 with this, because Entropic Pull is amazing. Entropic Pull makes sure you always have half of your grenade ready per melee kill when the melee ability is ready.
But all Guardians know that Devour is better.
It absolutely isn't, because you can run momentum transfer as well. And if you run momentum transfer, you're gonna get a lot of melee back from getting grenade kills, and you can just keep on repeating this loop and you'll be throwing grenades all day, every day. So let's go through the armor piece by piece, what mods I have and why I used them. So let's start with the helmet. Here, there isn't really much to care about. I for one am using a solar elemental helmet so I can get the supercharged, or in my case, charged up. But you're gonna lose that enhanced scatter projectile targeting. And if you want to aim better with your auto rifles, or whatever weapon you're using that's firing bullets really fast, then enhanced scatter projectile targeting is the way to go. But if you feel like you want more charge with light, then go with supercharged here. Either way, it's gonna be valuable. For the actual gloves, the actual Contraverse Hold, I go with major resist, fastball, and momentum transfer. The reason why I'm going this combination is because I can't play without fastball. It's night and day how much farther you can throw your grenades with it. So it's kind of become like a must-have mod for me. So definitely go with fastball, go with discipline, or you could go with defensive mods here. It's entirely up to you. Momentum transfer is really good because it means that every time you throw a grenade, you're gonna reduce the cooldown of your entropic pull, meaning you're gonna be able to use entropic pull more often. And if you can use entropic pull more often, then you're gonna have a lot more grenades ready more often. So it's gonna be a nice loop for you. So definitely keep that in mind.
Spectre's being a real potato and forgot to mention that you can put these anywhere you want. As long as you use all of the mods recommended, it doesn't matter in which armor slot you put them, because your rolls may vary compared to his.
For the chest piece, here, it doesn't really matter that much. There's 2 important things here. The first mod, defensive or discipline, it's all up to you. Make your own choice here. But this is where you need void. So if you have a void chest piece, then put your energy converter into this slot. And here is where you're gonna get the energy converter. And that's about this for this piece. Let's go down to the legs or boots or whatever you want to call them. Here's where you're gonna get your first charge with light generator. And that is gonna be taking charge. Why taking charge? Well, because most weapons will generate an orb of light if you masterwork it, so definitely masterwork at least one weapon. It doesn't cost you an ascendant shard, so just go ham. And this will make sure that when you get a double kill, you're gonna get an orb of light, and it's gonna give you a stack of shards with light, meaning it's gonna give you something that's gonna generate more super for you when you throw grenades. So keep this in mind, this is gonna be your primary way of generating shards with light, and this is a must-have. If you don't have it, you're not gonna notice anything, and you're not gonna get anything out of energy converter. Finally, and this is personal preference again, the only thing you need to know is that your body needs to be solar, because this is very important, because you're going to get Oppressive Darkness, and then for the remainder, you're going to use Ashes assets, either the enhanced version or the normal version. If you use the normal version, you can use a resist mod in this slot. If you use the enhanced version, 4+6, you're going to have 10, so you can't use any defensive mods there, so make up your mind yourself there. I highly recommend just using the normal one and using a defense mod. As for where you can get these mods, Energy Converter you can get from the Prismatic Recaster. As for Charged Up and Taking Charge, unfortunately they were Dawn specific mods, so I don't think you can get them right now. Maybe Banshee rotates them. Hopefully Banshee rotates them. Good replacements for Charged Up and Taking Charge are gonna be Sustained Charge, since it's gonna give you charge with light when you get multi-kills with assault rifles. Supercharged works exactly like Charged Up, only gives you 2 stacks instead of 1, and it's a bit more expensive. Finally, for weapons, I highly recommend using the Gnawing Hunger. The reason is because it's readily available from the Drifter and the Prismatic Recaster. Simply lead focus Umbral engrams, and you can either decrypt them into the Gnawing Hunger auto rifle or the Nightwatch scout rifle. The Gnawing Hunger also comes with the perk Demolitionist, and this is what makes it so good, because Demolitionist makes it so you get even more grenades. Each kill with a Demolitionist weapon recharges your grenade energy a small amount, meaning after a couple of kills you'll have your grenades ready only because of that as well. So definitely go with a Gnawing Hunger with Demolitionist. Another good role for it will be Send Moment or anything that actually improves the accuracy. Range is pretty good on this. If you have Send Moment, then going range on the first tier and the second tier is a must. Otherwise, Tactical Mag is super good. Any barrel will do nicely, but just remember that you want Demolitionist and hopefully something that gives you a more stable auto rifle. And that's about the build. Where is it good? Well, in PvE it's really good for solo content, because holding the Contraverse Hold grenade is going to make you take way less damage, and if you have at least 2 major assists, you're going to be able to soak a lot of damage from those as well. And if you have concussive dampeners, well, Prophecy is going to be no problem, because you're going to be able to soak all of the fire from all of those annoying knights. So that's why I really like this build. In Gambit, it's the same thing applies there. You're going to be able to throw grenades left and right. You're going to be able to weaken a lot of enemies, help your team, and get a lot of super. You're going to be able to throw at least 3 or 4 Snowball bombs in one game, and that's going to be beautiful. In PvP, this isn't almost a build. Like, charge with light, it doesn't matter in PvP most of the time. You're not going to get that many double kills with weapons. You're not going to generate orbs of light through that means. And when it comes to taking charge, that won't work at all then, because you're not going to get any orbs of light, meaning you're not going to get any energy converter. So this build, it works for PvP, don't get me wrong, but you're better off putting your energy converter into something else and just enjoy the fact that you can blow people up with overcharged grenades. Try to get your grenade cooldown down as much as possible for PvP. That's the only thing that matters. You can try and get some resilience to survive foreign damage. I think 5 resilience is the way to go for PvP to be in that optimal survivability. But outside of that, there's really not much to talk about with this guide in PvP. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the guide. I hope you found it useful. I definitely recommend that you try it out. If you have any questions, then leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer it as fast as possible. We're also approaching 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. This is crazy. I want to thank you so much for watching the videos. I want to thank all of you for all of the support, helping me improving myself and helping me become a better member of this community and giving back to all of you guys who have given me so much already. And with that, I want to thank you so much for watching. This is TCSpectre, signing off.